Hi guys, in this video we're going to look into basic kind of hierarchy setup here. So a hierarchy involves parents and childs. So when the parent moves, the child should move. When the child moves, the parent shouldn't move. Okay. However, an object can be both a parent and a child. So I've got this little block character here, and his body, which is this part, is going to be his main part. You'll notice I've got a lot of scale over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to just make sure I've deleted my history and I've frozen my transforms. So I'm going to select everything, go to modify, freeze those transforms. So now everything has got a scale of 1. And then I can edit, delete all by type, history as well. Now I'll show you what happens if you don't freeze your transforms in a little bit. So so when we move his body, his arm and his head move as well. So I'm going to select his head, select his body, and then press P. So now you'll notice that when I move his body, his head moves with it. But then I can grab his head, and then I can rotate and move this on its own. So I could animate this moving over here, click this, and then move his head separately there, and it moves all with it. So let's select this, press the P key, select this one, press the P key. So I'm kind of going down the chain sort of thing here. So again, his shoulder, everything below it should move. So I'm just kind of hooking things up one by one as makes sense. Think of that Dem Bone song where it's like the knee bones connected to the leg bones connected to the hip bone, etc., etc. It's the same kind of setup. So I'm going to take this finger here and take this one here and press P. Take this one, press P, select the end one, the next one, press P, select this one, and then press P. So now everything should be connected. Nope, this one isn't, so I missed off that one. Nice, sweet. So now I can now move my character around. I can grab his arm and move it around. You'll notice his arm isn't moving from a nice position, and that's because his pivot point, the place where it rotates around, is in the center. So what I am going to do is I'm going to hold the D key down, and then I can now move this pivot point over here. So what this means now is it's now rotating about a different point. You can also hit insert on your keyboard, and insert's like a toggle. So I think like crouch in games, some people prefer to toggle crouch, some people prefer to hold. If you prefer to hold, then you hold D and then move that pivot down and then release that D key. And then if you're a toggler, you can hit insert. I don't have insert on my keyboard, so I can't do that at the moment. But you can just hit insert, move your pivot, and go from there. So if I move my pivot point somewhere crazy, like over here, this hand is now going to rotate from that pivot point over there. So your pivot point will be dependent on what you want to do and how you want your object to rotate there. So I'm just holding D, moving all of the pivot points to where they should be, where the joints would connect. Move that down, move that across. So it kind of just common sense, whatever makes sense here. Hold D, move that there. My head, I want it to kind of not rotate from the center, I want it to go from more of his neck, sort of this position. So I'm actually putting it below and outside. So now it's going to move more like a head would on those, and his body I'm just going to keep it in the middle for now. So now I can create some cool animations. Let's grab these 3 objects and hold. I can like make him wave. Really nice. I can do some really cool animation with this. If I want to make a character set, I just need to select everything and key on the animation tab, go to key, create character sets, and let's call this one robot box dude underscore CS for character set. Let's let everything be keyable and then create that character set there. So now it's all under there, which means when I press S on any one of these different parts, it will set a keyframe on all of those, which is really, really useful. Obviously, you could then have blend shapes on this as well. So I could make a blend shape for the head. I could duplicate his head and start moving the vertices around, and then I could then apply this as a blend shape to my character so that he's now also got a hierarchy but we've also got a blend shape node on here as well, so I can blend those, but then also just rotate it like a hierarchy so you can combine them together. Now this guy over here is going to show you what happens if you don't freeze your transforms when you start. So if you look, if I rotate this, so these have got really crazy scales and things on, so you'll notice it's going very strange. It's sort of stretching out and going really weird there, and that's because your scales haven't been frozen and the history hasn't been deleted. So make sure you do that before you set up your hierarchy. Okay, super. So that's been a introduction into hierarchies. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to unparent stuff if you've maybe parented the wrong thing. And we're going to have a look at a few different ways that we can view our hierarchy as well. Okay, right, thank you very much, guys.